I don't know about you guys, but I do. I feel like 2024 just kind of went by so fast. Um,
It
and now
did.
we're here, and now we're preparing for next year. So hopefully you guys have been participating in the um, business planning clinics that we've had. We've had a couple of them now. I'm going to be doing the group coaching today at 12. So if you guys have not, gotten in on it, we're going to do some just recapping of that so that we can continue to plan and start to execute on that plan. I don't want you guys taking your foot off the pedal. You still got, one good month of the year left to build that momentum for next year. That's super important to build your momentum for next year. So I don't want you guys taking the foot off the pedal, just thinking about the plan, right? Because that's what we tend to do. We tend to focus on the plan. No, we want to focus on executing through the remaining of the year, and in conjunction with that, building your plan so that you know exactly what you're going to do January 1, right? After we
Yes.
pop champagne and after we do all of that January 1, Lord willing, then come January 2, we're hitting it, right? So, all right. Let's talk about, though, our market update. This is our weekly industry update. Let's talk about what's going on in our four major counties. I feel like we haven't done this for a while, so let's see what's going on here. You guys know we always need to be TCPA compliant. We want to make sure that you guys are following the rules so that nobody's getting their hands slapped when it comes to, calling people that are on the do not call list. All right. So let's look at LA County. So here's our sales trends for LA County. So for sale properties, we look at four major categories. We look at for sale, we look at sold, pended, and we look at new listing inventory. Okay, that's what we're looking at right now. And these are the more popular sales trends that actually tell us what's really the health of the market, or really what's going on in the market. That's why these are so important, right? What's sold, what's in escrow, what is for sale, and what is the new listing inventory looking like as compared to last year, last month, and last week, right? And when we say last month, we're looking at a month over month comparison of month over the same time frame last year, same month. Okay, now I'll explain that a little bit. And I'm only giving this because I know I've got a few newbies on right now that have never heard this information before. So for sale, we're looking at we're down 5.9% as compared to last month. Same time frame in the month compared to October. We're down 5.9% on for sale property that's actually active on the market right now. We're actually up 34% as compared to last year. Okay, so that is really good because we are still in, and you guys will see this when I go over new industry updates or new news. They're talking about we are still very much so deficient in inventory, right? So we need inventory, but this is also telling us that we are up 34% on for sale properties over last year, which is great, right? We have 34% more active properties on the market than we did last year. That's great. All right, sold is down 11.8% as compared to last month. So properties that have actually closed escrow is down 11.8% compared to last month, up 9.5% as compared to last year, same time frame in November, and up 3.7% overall as compared to last year. So we actually have closed more sales in Los Angeles County to the tune of only 3.7%, but it is a slight increase. Okay. Then pendants are down 13.5% as compared to last month, 8.6% up as compared to last year, same time frame in November, and 5% increase overall. So 3 out of the 3 major sales trends in LA County are actually on the increase. So that is really good. That is a really good trend for LA County. Okay. Now let's look at the new listings. Okay. 31.5% down as compared to last month. Sorry. 31.5% down as compared to last month. 0.3, not 3%, 0.3% down as compared to last October or August. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. November, 0.3% down as compared to last November, and still 16.6% increased as compared to last year overall. So we are still in the green. That is excellent. So we have more inventory, more new listing inventory to the tune of 16.6%. So that's excellent. We are definitely, you know, having an inventory shortage, but at least we are seeing some increases and some improvements over last year. Okay. So that's really excellent in LA County. So let's continue. Average active price has gone up 0.1% over last month in LA County. Average active price, 10.2% decrease as compared to last November, and overall as compared to last year, a 10.2% decrease. That means that in LA County, sellers are asking on average 10.2% less than they did last year. Okay. However, the next number tells you what they're receiving. So they're receiving 5% higher as compared to last month, 7.4% higher over last year, same time frame in November, and 4.4% higher overall. So although sellers are maybe asking for 10.2% less, they're actually receiving 4.4% higher than they did last year. They're selling for 4.4% higher than they did last year. So that's good news, right? And it's good news for buyers because that is a reasonable amount of appreciation. That is in our wheelhouse in terms of what is normal. So when people you're letting, you know, the news tell you that affordability is an issue, and it is, please don't get me wrong. Affordability is an issue here in Southern California. However, when they're saying that house prices are going up so much and all of this, you can control that narrative by just showing this, by saying, you know what, in LA County, I know what you're hearing. However, house prices are only appreciating on average 4.4% higher than they were last year, which is a normal amount of appreciation, anywhere between 3 and 5%, 3 and 7%, you know, in recent years. But really, this is a normal amount of appreciation. So don't let people tell you differently, that house prices are going out of control. And in some areas we do know, right? We are having multiple offers and it's catapulting those prices up. Why? Because of the scarcity of inventory, right? But things are being tempered because not as many buyers are in the market. Because why? Because of interest rates, right? We got a lot going on. So let's talk about absorption rates. Let's talk about inventory, right? So we have increased inventory. It went from 2.9 months of inventory to 3.2 months of inventory, right? That is an increase of 10.2% as compared to last month. All right, we are over 22. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mute you guys. 22.7% increase as compared to last year, same time frame in November. And because we were at 2.6 months of inventory last year in November, we're at 3.2 months of inventory. Now, overall, we have increased 30.4%, because last year, same time frame in 2023, we had 2.3 months of inventory, you guys. That's nothing. That means that if there was no more inventory coming on the market right now, it would only take us 2.3 months to sell out, completely sell out. Okay? You guys, the baby just came in. I'm sorry, I'm all geeked about the baby. Rocio and Coronado just brought their baby in. So like I was saying, let me get back into my groove. We were at 2.3 months of inventory last year. We are at 3 months of inventory currently, a 30.4% increase. Now, doesn't sound like much, but an increase is an increase, and we need it, right? And we're at 3 months of inventory. Who knows where we become a normal market? Where is that threshold where now we're moving into that normal market? How many months of inventory do we need?
4.
4. Thank you, Kim. Good girl. All right. 4. We at least minimum is 4, right? 4 to 4, they say 4 to 6, right? And then you're moving, keep going, you're moving into more of a buyer's market once you hit like 7 months of inventory, 6, 7 months of inventory, right? So the reality is though, is that we are working to get to that level, because then there should be a little more equity in the market, right? Buyers and sellers, buyers should have enough inventory out there to be looking around just a little bit, instead of all buyers clamoring for that one property, right? Now, this is LA County. Keep in mind, every other county is different, okay? So let's keep going. Average days on market, no increase, no decrease over last month, 35 days on market still. Overall, a 3.1% decrease. So we were at 32 days on market last year. We're at 31 days on market currently, a very nominal decrease, overall. And then sold versus original list price. So, and let me go back to average days on market. What do I always tell you guys about average days on market? Don't be what? Anybody want to take a stab at it? Don't be fooled by average days on market, okay? Although you may see average days on market, say 32 days or 31 days, right? And you think, oh, my buyers have a month. No, your buyers don't. Your buyers do not have a month, okay? If you have a property that comes on the market, we just talked about the slide before, there's only 3 months of inventory on the market, which is, we're in a buyer's market. I'm sorry, a seller's market. All right, we're in a seller's market. If a property comes on the market, don't think about these 30 days. Think about, I've got to get my buyer out there right away. You got to have a sense of urgency, okay? And the other thing is, be hyper local. Go to the neighborhoods and look at the sales trends for the areas that your buyer wants to be in. Their average days on market could be even less or even more. And so you got to educate your buyer on that during your buyer consultation, so that they know exactly what's going on, and they'll know how to respond. Or when you're calling them with that sense of urgency, they'll understand why, right? They'll know that you're not just being that pushy salesperson. That's so important, okay? So sold versus original list price, a 1% decrease, which means that sellers last month were receiving 97% of their list price. Currently, they're receiving 96% of their list price. All right. Overall, a 1% increase. So last year, sellers were receiving 97% of their list price. Currently, they're receiving 98% of their list price overall. Again, sellers are happy when they're getting 98% of their list price. However, I will tell you, we just talked about it. We're in a seller's market. So if you are helping your sellers, educating them and pricing that property right, what should happen? Somebody tell me, what should happen? This is the interactive part of the program.
They should get at least 100%.
Thank you, Armando. At least 100%, right? And in best case scenario, Armando, what should happen?
Over asking price?
Thank you. They should have multiple offers and you should be able to get over asking price, right? So yes. Kim and I did we did an open house on my listing in LA. It's closer to USC, great area. Property needs a ton of work, okay? But I educated my clients. We listed at $750. We got that property up to $800 in escrow. So $50,000 over asking. And we needed all of it because unfortunately, what ended up happening is we found out that the property has foundation issues. And those foundation issues cost my client, the highest estimate we got was $137,000. The lowest, I know, right? That we gasped to. The lowest we got was $85,000. We negotiated with the buyer and we're giving them basically $90,000. We have to take a hit of $90,000. So it's important to negotiate, to understand what's going on so that you could do your very best for your clients. You never know when you might have to take that back if there's something, you know, wrong with that property that's unforeseen. And that was one of those things. I was happy that we had a $50,000 cushion. That, you know, we were able to pull from. Because without it, it just would have been a straight up 90,000 off of 750. So, all right. Any questions about LA County and what's going on in LA County before we move into Orange County? We're good. All right, let's go. All right, so looking at Orange County is always a little bit different in the OC. So for sale properties, 9.3% decrease over last month. Properties that are actually on the market, active on the market, a 44.6% increase overall. So again, we're seeing more properties come on the market than we did last year, okay? So 44.6% more properties coming on the market than there were last year, which is great. So sold properties, 6.7% decrease. And let me just go back to this. We needed it. The OC is the most scarce, has the most scarcity of inventory out of all the other counties. And you guys will see that when we look at the absorption rate. But let's go to the sold. So properties that have actually closed escrow, 6.7% decrease as compared to last month, a 16.4% increase as compared to last November in 2023, and a 4.9% increase overall, which is great. So properties that have actually closed escrow are up 4.9% over last year. So that is a good sign. Pendings are down 11.5% as compared to last month, 17% increase over last year, same time frame in November, and a 5.6% increase overall. Again, a good sign that 3 out of 3 of the major sales trends in Orange County have improved, right, as compared to last year. Because again, when you're looking at and when you're hearing that overall we have less sales and we have less inventory and all of that, this again tells you the real deal. Now, you got to be hyper local, so you need to look at your specific neighborhood or your specific city so that you know exactly the sales trends in your city. However, overall, you can absolutely speak to this and give a different perspective and really hashtag facts to your community, right? And to your database. So new listing inventory is down 39.1% as compared to last month, down 10.9% over last year, same time frame in November. However, still increased overall 15.6%. We have more inventory on the market, new listings come on the market to the tune of 15.6% as compared to last year. That is excellent, especially in a starved county, right, where they need inventory. So we've got 15.6% new inventory that came on the market so far in the year. All right, average active price is down 0.4% over last month, and down 8.3% as compared to last year overall, okay? So sellers are asking on average 8.3% less than they did last year, which in Orange County is surprising, right? Because Orange County has historically asked for much more than any other county, right? And more than likely it's because of the scarcity, it's because they have less inventory, and a lot of buyer demand. However, let's look at what they're selling for. They sold for 2.9% less than they did last month, 4% less than they did last year, same time frame in November. However, overall, they're selling for 9.6% higher. They're closing for 9.6% higher than they did last year. Okay, so Orange County sellers are happy. They are getting almost 10% higher than they did last year. And again, you got to be hyper local because you got to look at where your city lies in this. If you're selling in Orange County and or if your buyers are buying in Orange County, right? Anaheim may be different than Westminster, maybe different from Buena Park, maybe different from Cypress. You got to get hyper local so that you know exactly what's going on in your specific city and your specific neighborhood for that matter, right? All right, let's look at these months of inventory. This is where the picture should unfold for you, because look at this. 2 months of inventory. No change over last month. 24.7% increase over last year, same time frame in November. So 1.6 months of inventory last year, November, 2 months of inventory currently. Overall, a 36.3% increase. We had 1.4 months of inventory last year. 1.9 months of inventory currently, you guys. So this right here tells you why there's almost a 10% increase over last year's prices, right? Because look at here, there's just very little inventory in Orange County. Whereas remember, LA County, we were at 3 months of inventory. Here in Orange County, we're not even at 2 months of inventory. So when you're having buyers who want to buy in Orange County, you need to tell them, hey, it's very competitive in Orange County, right? It's very competitive in Orange County. You got to keep it real for them because they are going to have more competition, and more than likely, they're going to be in multiple offer situations where they're going to need to be aggressive with how they're making their offers, right? So you want to strategize all of that up front so that they know exactly how to win in the fight, right? Or in the competition, okay? All right, let's go. Average days on market, no change. There were 30 days on market last month, 30 days on market currently. 25% increase over last year, same time frame in November. So 24 days on market last year in November, 30 days on market currently. Overall, though, a 13.8% decrease because we were at 29 days on market last year. And at this point in the year, which is almost the end of the year, it's crazy. And now we're at 25 days on market. Okay. So again, 25 days on market includes receiving offers, counters, all of that, right? So it's probably just like 1 week, one weekend on the market. They go through the open house, people start submitting their offers, and on Wednesday of the next week, they're countering, right? And doing the listing agents doing their due diligence and stuff. So 25 days is not 25 days of you being able to make a decision, right? You gotta get your clients out there immediately. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm beating a dead horse, sorry. All right, so sold versus original list price. So 96% of list price, sellers are getting 96% of list price last month. Currently, they're getting 95% of list price. That's a decrease of 1%. As compared to last November, it's a 2.1% decrease. Sellers were receiving 97% of list price, currently receiving 95% of list price. However, overall, sellers are receiving 1% more. They were at 97% of list price last year, and they're getting 98% of list price currently. Okay, so what does that mean to you? That means that sellers should be very happy receiving close to 100% of their list price. Okay. And that you, again, are going to have to dive into this because if you are making offers in Orange County, clearly, if sellers are receiving closing for 9.3% higher than they did last year, in some areas, they're probably getting higher, right, than they're asking. And in some areas, they're getting lower than they're asking. So you've got to be hyper local and look at this so that you can advise your client on what type of offer they need to be making. Also, you should be calling the listing agent to find out if they do have other offers, right? And where you need to be placed to win. Any questions about the OC before we move on? We good? All right, let's go. Riverside County. I like Riverside and San Bernardino County. They're just much more reasonable. All right, for sale properties is up 6.5% over last month, up 43.1% overall over last year in November and overall. So up 43.1%, meaning we have more properties on the market right now as active than we did last year, to the tune of 43.1%. That's a huge jump, right? That's a huge jump. That's good stuff. All right, sold properties is down 6.2% as compared to last month, up 10% over last year in November, and up 2.2% overall. Okay, so properties that have actually closed escrow have gone up 2.2% overall. Okay, pendings are down 2.4% as compared to last month, up 23.9% over last November, and up 3.2% overall. So properties that are actually gone into escrow are up to 3.2%. So that's great. 3 of the 3 sales trends in Riverside County are in the green. That's awesome, right? We're moving in the right direction in 3 out of the 4 counties so far. Now, new listing inventory is also moving in the right direction. So not this month as compared to last month, because we're down 18.7% over last month. We are up 7.1% as compared to last November. However, look at our last column here. We are up 16.4% overall. So we have more new listings on the market than we did last year. We are in an inventory scarce market, and so we need that new listing inventory, right? Up 16.4%. Average active price is increased 3.6% as compared to last month, up 0.8% over last November, and up 0.8% overall. So sellers in Riverside County are actually asking 0.8% higher than they did last year. Not much at all, right? Not much at all. However, just like all the other counties, they're asking for less but receiving more. So they're asking, in this case, very modest amount, 0.8%, not even a full percent more. However, they're receiving 4.5% higher than they did last month, 1.8% higher than they did last November, and selling for 5% higher than they did last year. Only asking 0.8%, but selling for 5% higher. That's good stuff, right? Because again, just like LA County, we can show buyers that, hey, prices are not improving or increasing like astronomically. It's a normal amount of appreciation. So that's good stuff. All right, absorption rates. This again should uncover a little bit of what's going on in the market for you. It should shed some light on those other numbers, right? Is that absorption rate, 17% increase. We were at 3.5 months of inventory last month. We're at 4.1 months of inventory currently in the month. So that's awesome because we are getting close to those normal numbers, right? Normal being in that normal market. A 28.3% increase over last November and a 39.9% increase overall. So we were at 2.5 months of inventory last year. We are at 3.5 months of inventory currently. So I'm giving Riverside a big hand because they're moving in the right direction and very close to hitting that normal market, you know, just on the tip of that normal market right there. All right, so let's look at average days on market has increased 12.8%. We were at 39 days on market. We're currently at 44 days on market. And then overall, a decrease of 6.8% because we were at last year 44 days on market. Currently, we are at 41 days on market. Okay. Sold versus original list price, a 10.3% decrease. We were at 97% of list price last month. We're at 87% of list price currently. Yeah, I'd have to dive into that number to see what happened. Like there must have been a couple of properties that really maybe were overpriced and took a big decrease, right? Overall, though, only a 1% decrease. We are at 97% of list price. Currently, sellers are receiving 96% of list price as compared to last year. So excellent as far as, you know, what sellers are definitely receiving 96% of list price. And like I tell you guys all the time, we are the major influencers of these numbers for our sellers. right? To be able to help them to price their property right so that they can then get a better number, get 100% of their list price. All right, let's look at San Bernardino County. So San Bernardino County has been giving us the blues in terms of the sales trends. However, in looking at this, it looks pretty good. So for sale properties is down 3.8% as compared to last month, up 33.2% as compared to last November and overall. So San Bernardino County, properties that are actually active on the market is up 3.2%. I'm sorry, 33.2%. That is excellent, right? Sold properties is down 11.7% as compared to last month. So properties that have actually closed escrow down 11.7% as compared to last month. 0.3% increase as compared to last November, and a 0.5% decrease as compared to last year. Okay, so sales have actually taken a small dip in San Bernardino County as compared to last year to the tune of 0.5%. Okay, and we'll keep an eye on that and how things keep rolling, because we actually, I think, had a little bit more of a deficit, and so we've made up for that, you know, over the past month. Everybody's pushing, you guys, everybody's pushing to close by the end of the year, right? A lot of folks, Christmas time, that's their Christmas present, is their new house. So don't think the sales aren't happening in November and December, okay? Because they are, absolutely. And we could see this number actually level out. Pendants have gone down 10.2% as compared to last month, 11.4% increase as compared to last year in November, and a 0.6% increase overall. So properties that have actually gone into escrow has increased and improved 0.6%, which is great. So 2 out of the 3 major sales trends in San Bernardino County are in the green. And I think, again, that's better than it was, because a couple of weeks ago, I believe it was 2 out of the 3 sales trends were actually in the red. Okay. So new listing inventory, look at that. We are down 30.3% as compared to last month, and down 2.1% as compared to last November. But we are still in the green at 13.2% overall, which is great. So we're seeing that we've got more new listing inventory on the market than we did last year, to the tune of 13.2%. Average active price is down 1.9% as compared to last month, 2.2% overall decrease, right? So sellers are asking 2.2% less than they did last year. However, very similar to Riverside County, they're receiving 5.1% higher than they did last year. Okay. So again, giving your sellers perspective that they are actually receiving more than they did last year, and giving your buyers perspective that it's not an astronomical amount, it's a normal amount. All right, months of inventory has improved 13.4% over last month. We were at 3.7 months of inventory. Currently, we're at 4.2 months of inventory. And then overall, we have a 32.6% increase. We were at 2.8 months of inventory last year. We're at 3.7 months of inventory. So very similar again to Riverside County, where we are starting to reach that normal, or that number, to be considered a normal market, or moving into a normal market. Okay. Average days on market is 2.4% increase. We were at 41 days on market last month. We're at 42 days on market currently, and a 20% increase over last year in November. We were at 35 days on market. We're at 42 days on market. And then a 7.3% decrease overall. So 41 days on market last year. We're at 38 days on market currently. Sold versus original list price. We were at 97% of list price last month. We're at 95%. Sellers are receiving 95% of list price. That is a 2.1% decrease. Okay. And then overall, no change. We're at 98% of list price last year. We're at 98% of list price currently. So that is awesome. Sellers are happy because they're getting very, very close to exactly what they wanted to receive, right? All right, guys, we are through our sales trends. Any questions before we move on and talk about our upcoming events and talk about a little bit of real estate news? Anybody? All right, let's keep it pushing then. All right, guys. So this is a short week. Happy Thanksgiving if I don't get to talk to you guys before Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday of the year is Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. I wish you and yours the best holiday season. I hope you guys have just a fantastic time resting and eating and all that good stuff. Okay. So today we have got your weekly market update. We've got PC coaching, productivity coaching at 12. And then tomorrow we've got conversations of real play with Diana. Social media days is tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is going to be our first social media day right here. We're going to be filming at Porto's. The cool part is it's free. It's free. He's giving us a test roll. So it's going to be free. And then we have office hours with Ed Bonilla. That's probably going to be pretty light because some of us will be still filming. And then we've got Regional Tech at 3, and we've got Ignite After Dark at 6:30. I'm sorry, that kind of got cut off. Wednesday, we have got Broker Hour with Ed, and that is going to be talking about counteroffers. So seller counteroffers, buyer counteroffers, seller multiple counteroffers. That's Zoom only. And then we'll have our tech workshop here in-house at 1 o'clock. I'm going to confirm that with Martha, make sure she's still on target for that. I know a lot of us cook and prepare the day before, so I just want to make sure that that's going to still be on. So that's what we've got going on this week, you guys. Social media days tomorrow, 10 a.m. You do have to sign up. So if you're going to attend, please call the front desk and sign up. Our office is closed Thursday and Friday, although you guys know all of you can get into the office. Okay, so you guys know you got your code. You can get into the office if you have client appointments. Please, please, please lock the front door. If you use the front door, and I ask you not to, but if you do, you got to lock it back. Okay, you got to lock it back. Otherwise, you leave everything open. Okay. So you already talked about tech workshop, all that good stuff. Now, you guys know we are having our Christmas party Friday, December 13th at the Grand. We have already put out the invite. All of you are invited, and you're invited to bring your +1. We are super excited about it. It is our time to get together, laugh, eat, have fun together, dance. We have prizes. It's a lot of fun. So make sure that you come. And that's Friday, December 13th at the Grand from 7 to 11. And then I always want to let you guys know about the Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast. I was listening to it this morning. It drops every Monday. Aubrey Martin is on, and she's talking about how she built her business using the vendor networking, using a vendor networking model. And this woman is a solo agent. Now she has a team, her husband, and her transaction coordinator. She closes 60 deals a year, you guys. She has a great business. Okay. And she shuts her business down in November. Like she does not do any more business after November. She works on a 10-month year. So I don't know about you, but I'm loving that. Right. And she refers the rest of the business out, and she has just a wonderful story. So I advise you guys to listen to it. Again, I'm getting so much out of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast. You guys can sign up to get the notes, mreanotes.com. Okay, sign up to get the notes. That way you don't have to take notes. You can get them from them. They email them to you every Thursday. All right, let's talk about some industry news. So the Department of Justice, they basically are, not taking a position on the NAR settlement. You guys know that the NAR settlement is a $418 million settlement. And so the DOJ basically is saying that they're not objecting to the deal or anything like that, but they are saying that they want to make sure that it's not an antitrust shield, meaning that there are no, that the deal won't stop future enforcement over antitrust violations, okay? Because what they're saying is they are seeing, or not seeing, I shouldn't say that, that's not what they said. They anticipate that agents are still trying to get around the rules, right? And still trying to get around the commission setting and all that kind of stuff. And so they don't want this filing to be where no one else then can file a lawsuit against the NAR, you know, for damages because, you know, they feel like the commissions are being set and all of that, which is, you know, what this is all about. So they want some language in the filing. They want some language in the final judgment that says that this is not the end all be all to that, right? That they still will be oversight and that there still would be opportunities if new cases arise. Okay. So that goes back to what Ed has been telling us, you guys, that this is not over, that we have to be careful. Matter of fact, I had one of our agents in here the other day. He was like, oh, I met with my seller and I told him that, you know, our commission was 4% and that I'm sharing my commission with the buyer's agent. And I almost freaked out, right? I was like, please don't say that. You cannot say that. You cannot do that. If you want to accept 2% commission, accept 2% commission, but you cannot share. You are negotiating on behalf of the buyer's agent if you go 4% and split it. No, there's no more of that. No more of that. Get that out your head. And I'm sure for you guys who are newer, this is easy peasy because you don't know any different. But for those of us who've been in this industry for 20 years or however many years, yes, this is difficult for us because we've always done it this way, right? And you guys must also keep reiterating to the seller, buyer, that it is negotiable. All commissions are negotiable. Okay. So just be careful with that and be clear about that because you don't want to be the next lawsuit, right? We just don't want that for you. All right. The U.S. needs more housing and agents. Agents, we are the key advocates. So we have an undersupply. We've seen that. You guys have seen that in the weekly market update. We just talked about our absorption rates and how little inventory we do have. And it's led to affordability issues, right? The lack of inventory. So what they're saying is that we can help in supporting new development. We can help in supporting the communities that are developing. We can help by supporting the political leaders in your area who are pro-growth, who are pro-development. If you guys are involved at all in City Hall and all that, get involved with, you know, the new development initiatives and make sure that you're supporting those and that you understand those and what areas that they're, you know, being offered in. So that you can be that advocate for your community, because we need more new construction in order to make up for what we're seeing, the scarcity that we have, right? It's not just people coming on the market. It's not just agents. It's not just sellers deciding to sell, right? It's also the need for new homes being built, okay? And the cities and the counties decreasing the barriers to new development, okay? So that definitely is something that they want us as agents to be advocates in our communities. And that means getting involved in your cities, right? Your actual city councils and getting involved in attending those meetings, okay? Any questions about that? Because I thought that was really interesting that, you know, they said agents need to be the advocates and we need to start supporting new development on a very, you know, not just us going out and filming the new development, right? But it's actually getting involved at that city level. Okay. And then I just wanted to show this graphic because depending on who you ask, if you're asking Freddie Mac, Moody, Zillow, or NAR, this is the shortfall that they're estimating. NAHB is saying $1.5 million deficit in terms of the shortfall of housing, but NAR is saying 5.5 million homes. We're short 5.5 million homes. And this is nationwide, you guys. This is not just California. This is overall, right? But and the discrepancy between the numbers is just based on how they're calculating it. Okay. So you guys know we post this and you guys can read it so that you can see exactly how it's being calculated. but depending on who you ask, right, we're either 1.5 million homes deficient or 5.5 million homes deficient. Okay, but clearly we're deficient, bottom line. Okay, and it's going to take more than just sellers coming on the market. We need to have more new development. All right, and then I think this is my last one for news. Tech Byte, Zillow launches this new tool. Zillow is the king of new tools. They've got a new tool called Buyability. And quite frankly, I think it's all fluff, but that's just me. It is a real-time information that will show the shoppers the homes in their budgets, and this is the funny part, calculate their odds of getting a loan. And that's because the buyer's supposed to submit information on their income, their taxes, their debts, right? They submit all that. What does that sound like to you guys?
Getting pre-qualified.
Thank you. Getting pre-approved, right? So to me, they're not doing anything that isn't already done, right? And I think you said pre-qualified, Kim, and that's a great word for it. The reason why is because you can submit anything. I can say my income is $200,000 and that I have no debt, you know. So this little Buyability app, I mean, it's just like calling your lender and doing the exact same thing and getting a pre-qual versus a pre-approval, which validates the information. Okay. So yes, they have this app where buyers now, they're gonna market this app and it's gonna say Buyability. And so I want you guys to know about it, because if you get a buyer, right, that calls you and says, oh yeah, and I went on Zillow and it told me that I qualify for XYZ, and I'm like 100% guaranteed a loan. I don't want you guys to be fooled by that. That is not a pre-approval. That is them submitting their information. And we know for a fact that there are things that are on that tax return that take away from your income, right? So that's why it's so important that they have a true pre-approval, not just some pre-qual, right? Any questions about that? We good? All right. So family reunion is coming up in February. Just wanted you guys to know, Jamie Kern Lima, she wrote a book that I'm actually reading right now. And I can't believe that I'm having a brain fart, but she wrote, it's not called Growth, Believe. Yeah, she wrote Believe. That was her first book. But this particular book is, and it's really, really good. But it's all about you getting rid of those limiting beliefs and you growing into you believing in yourself. And I mean, just a powerhouse of a book. I'm actually going to go back and read her first one, but I'm doing Audible and I bought the book because there's just a lot that I want to dive into. So I bought the book and I'm listening to it on Audible right now. So Jamie Kern Lima is going to be one of our keynote speakers. You know that at Family Reunion, they do a lot of keynote speaking. So they're going to have some powerhouse speakers. I'm excited about that. Register now so that you guys can get the early bird special. Let me see what we got in the chat. Worthy. Thank you, Franco. Worthy is the book. And she does talk a lot. I mean, that's the whole point, is like your self-worth, right? And she talks about self-confidence versus worth, and that they're two totally different things. You can have a lot of self-confidence, but at the end of the day, if you don't think you're worthy, then there's going to be some discrepancy in your results. Okay. And in how you feel internally, and how even this great success is going to leave you feeling a little bit or feeling empty. So it's a really good book. So I advise you guys to get that, especially if you're in the Audible. All right, let's see what else we got. So family reunion, I'm excited about it. It's in Vegas, you guys. We don't even have to take a plane. You can carpool. Then you guys, the rooms are cheaper up there. So take advantage of this. Take advantage of this. Network. Is that it? I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it, you guys. So have an amazing week. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Sending all my love and kisses and hugs out to you guys. And that's it. Any questions before we get out of here?
Thank you so much for everything,
Thank
Brad.
you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome, Norma.
Thank you, Brandy.
guys. Thanks for being on. You're welcome.
Happy
All right, guys,
Thanksgiving.
have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.